Welcome to The Other Discovery Show, the podcast that's not about podcast. It's about all the other things we discovered this week. I'm Josh.
I'm Kirk.
And I am Zach. So if colors were people, which one do you think would be pretentious?
The whites.
I guess if anybody could say it, you can.
I'm trying to decide if I should ask you to elaborate on that. I'm going to go with no.
I think it stands on its own.
I'm going to go with burgundy because that just seems like, be like, oh, here comes burgundy. That guy is just the worst. I was talking about mahogany.
Burgundy?
I don't know what this says about me, but burgundy is my favorite color.
It's not about what your favorite color is. It's about if that color was a personality. And his name is Burgundy.
Fuchsia.
I feel like
She sounds sassy.
So full of themselves.
She sounds sassy, and she ain't gonna take nothing from anybody.
I'm with you, Kirk. I think chartreuse sounds super pretentious. Anything that's like, okay, chartreuse, you're like mustard yellow green. Call yourself mustard yellow green, not chartreuse.
That is a much worse name.
Right. That's why it's pretentious. It's like, man, I'm not dark red. I'm burgundy. I'm not. What color is fuchsia? Like pinkish purple?
Yeah, kind of.
It's like, I'm not pinkish purple. I'm
how about
fuchsia.
this? Does beige seem like he would be boring?
Yes. Beige is boring.
He might be cool though.
Beige is just meh.
Beige might play like rock and roll music out of like Cleveland. Also,
is he wearing just like full like a cargo short jumpsuit?
Cargo shorts and a flannel.
Is it beige?
Khaki flannel. Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
What about you?
I said it. Burgundy.
Oh yeah.
Burgundy.
So I saw a YouTube video about Wojtek the soldier bear. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
Wojtek?
It's a bear. It's somewhere in Eastern Europe. I can't remember the exact country. But they found a baby bear while they were like deployed somewhere and befriended
Who is they and why are they deployed?
It's in like World War II or World War I.
Okay, so you got to give me more context than they found a baby bear when they were deployed.
It's
just
like
general they.
Yeah, Eastern Europe in World War I.
General timeline, general they, general deployed to a different area.
At one time, someone.
They found a baby bear and befriended him. And they would like wrestle with him and play around with him. And he became...
Baby bears look like awesome pets. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Baby bears. I'm not saying bears, baby bears.
And so this bear became like friends with their like platoon. And so he hung out with them every night. He would like drink beer with them. Like, so they drank, like he would drink beer. He would eat cigarette butts and smoke cigarettes.
That sounds funny.
And hang out with them every night. He would like go to their training with them and everything. And then when they had to go to like actual war, he went with them and he was like in the trenches with them and like was like their symbol of like, this is our bear. And he was with them for a long time. And then they got absorbed into, I want to say it was the British military. I can't remember exactly which military, but another military, they kind of got absorbed into them and were getting their ranking from them. And they said, no pets allowed. So they said, all right, this is now Private Wojtek. So they inducted him into their military. So he was a private. And he went with them into war, into the front lines. And he wasn't just there for like emotional support, because that's kind of what he was before. But when he went with them to the front lines, he started getting ammo boxes that were several, like 100 to 150 pounds, and running them back and forth from the trucks to the machine guns.
That sounds awesome.
That does sound pretty awesome.
He got promoted. So they like promoted him to like another ranking.
This bear's dynamite.
And there's still like a statue for this bear, like where he was from. Like it's this whole story.
This sounds great.
And there's a YouTube video.
I love this.
There's a YouTube video I'll link to in the show notes. There's video of this bear.
What?
With them and like running around.
I have to see this.
It's amazing. And I read this.
Don't forget to link this. I am going to post this on our notes.
This is a Disney movie. Like
maybe an old school Disney movie when Disney was making like
old
war propaganda.
Yeah. But
did you know that Disney made war propaganda, by the way?
No,
I'm
but
not
that's
surprised.
They definitely did. Donald Duck was definitely against the Nazis, by the way.
That's fair.
I mean, I can appreciate that.
I mean,
Thank you, Donald.
I would say Iron Man and Mickey Mouse are also against the Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Captain
so
America.
this is
Captain
random.
America definitely was.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at remembering things, but there was a Today I Learned talking about, I forget who it was. This is the thing. I don't remember who it was. But he went, whatever college they went to, it was some celebrity. Whatever college they went to, they had like no pets allowed, but they specifically said like dogs and cats. So they had a pet bear. And they kept him in their dorm. They took him to class and everything. And they're like, you didn't say I couldn't have a pet bear. And so they had a pet bear at college.
Did they change the rule after that year?
I'm pretty sure.
It's like, just okay, fine, no bears.
Just like at our school, they changed rules multiple times because we were horrible.
Yeah, we found loopholes.
Yeah, I think they changed the rules that you can't get married while you were in high school.
Oh, gosh.
Or you can't have a kid while you were, because we were at a small private school. It was interesting.
People started making questionable decisions.
Welcome to the South, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the South.
But no, Wojtek the Soldier Bear. I'll link the YouTube video in the show notes. It's amazing.
I love this.
I saw it and
you should have brought this up last week if you'd have known it about like animals going together with humans, like working together.
I saw it this week.
And I mean,
this bear sounds like he was having a blast.
Oh yeah,
imagine running up on this regiment and they're like, "There's a bear over there, like right there where we're supposed to go. There's a bear, and he's with all the guys with guns. I'm gonna not go there."
Yeah, it's so cool, and I love the fact that they have actual like pictures and videos of this bear. It's amazing.
It's pretty mind blowing. So one thing I discovered this week is an app called Be My Eyes. And this is just another really cool thing that's come from kind of the smartphone era. So Be My Eyes is a free app that connects blind and low vision people with sighted volunteers and company representatives for visual assistance through a live video call. So every day, sighted volunteers lend their eyes to solve tasks big and small to help blind and low vision people lead more independent lives. So if someone is blind or low vision, they are at a counter and they can't read prices. They log into their app, they will connect to a volunteer, and they will just point their camera at what they can't read, and the volunteer will read it to them. And so if you want to volunteer for this, you just get the app, and you can 100% help a blind person read something.
Have you done this?
No.
I feel like I want to.
I just found out about it.
That's amazing. It's so simple, but it's something that couldn't have existed 15 years ago.
Yeah, at any time before now.
Right. And so now it's simple and it's easy.
It's really easy. But it's just such a smart, whoever came up with it, just such a smart putting like together of pieces, because it's such a helpful tool for people. It's so empowering for somebody who can't see, and it's so simple for somebody to just sit at their phone or at their computer and say, "Oh, I'm going to help this person read something real quick," and then that's it. And you've fundamentally improved somebody's life with just that easy little movement. And you can get it on iOS, you can get it on the Play Store. So we'll throw this in the show notes as well, but just such a cool concept.
That's amazing. Again, it's simple, straightforward, and
it reminds me of that like radio channel you were talking about the deaf, for the deaf. That sounds awesome.
You can't have a radio channel for the deaf.
Blind.
You know what I meant. I said that completely. Dang it.
But I love that they chose to crowdsource it, because there's a lot of AI stuff where they could kind of move their phone around and try and get it so they could read it for them.
Sure.
But I love that they crowdsourced it, so it just gives people the opportunity to just give a little bit more good back into the world. And I feel like there's a beneficial aspect of like just doing good for other people just improves your life and their life at the same time. And there needs to be more opportunities for people to have easy, quick ways to just do good for another person.
Yeah, and that sounds like one of the quickest ways you can do it.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested, it'll be in the show notes, or it's called Be My Eyes.
It's amazing.
So I discovered something this week that America did that sounds like an American sport. We were trying to find a new sport, guys.
Okay,
and
so
we found one.
It's not bad. A lot of what America's done is bad.
It's kind of bad, but it's also kind of funny. And I would love to have watched it. So America made a sport that was called Ultimate Tazer Ball.
I like it already.
And it was a sport.
Sounds like a Spike TV show.
Yeah, it does.
It was a sport that there was a large medicine ball that you were trying to get into the opposing team's goal. So it reminded me a lot of like the game we used to play in your pool, like where we
Gator ball.
Yeah. So it's basically soccer, water polo, whatever. Like you're trying to get the ball into the other person's goal. However, everyone is equipped with a stun gun.
Oh no.
So That's how you were supposed to stop the other team from scoring.
I
Just tase
completely
them?
misread where this game was going. I thought it was like hot potato, but it was a taser ball.
No.
But no, this is everyone has a taser, and they're like, we don't want you tackling, we want you tasing.
Are they
That's
regulation?
exactly what it
Are they
sounds like.
regulation tasers or is it like BYOT?
No, I think they were regulation. I think they tried to make this a real thing. Like, they really actually tried to make this real thing.
They put in a ridiculous amount of effort for what it is.
Have you guys ever heard of the website The Versed? I've never heard of it.
I don't think so.
So I don't know whether or not this is... It doesn't sound like a U.S. website. It kind of sounds like more like a U.S. hating website because they kind of knock on us a little bit. But I do like their first
That's fair,
paragraph.
especially if it's about taser ball.
Us humans get a bad press sometimes. Sure, we've done some lousy, horrific stuff in the past, and we've nearly destroyed an entire planet, but we've also done some wonderful things. Majestic works of art and groundbreaking scientific discoveries. We're not perfect, but we have our moments of greatness. Ultimate Taser Ball is not one of those moments.
There you go.
And then they talk about the specifics of the sport, quote unquote.
Real quick, before we move on, they're talking trash about Ultimate Taser Ball, but
You know you want to watch it.
What's the problem with Ultimate Taser Ball? This
I
is
don't
just
know what's
Taser
wrong
Ball.
with it.
Like, if people want to sign up and do Taser Ball, sign up and do Taser Ball. I
Says
think
they
that's good
invented a
entertainment.
game which is basically an amalgamation of football and rugby, but with a twist. A stun gun twist. I love it. And this sounds awesome. It sounds great. It sounds like gladiators, but nobody actually dies.
Yeah, I mean, are you asking if I'd watch it? Yes, I would.
Definitely.
Okay, how far progressed did this sport get? Was there
It looks
matches?
fairly legit in just the pictures that I've seen. I love how the thing was it doesn't have any long-term damage.
Unless you have a heart condition.
Yeah, short term, it'll mess you up real bad. There'll be like 3 weeks where your left leg won't work right.
Throughout the course of the match, each player can expect anything from up to 35 to 40 shocks.
Oh, man.
That sounds like the worst game to play.
Oh man, it sounds great to watch though. I would never want to play this. It's not like me wanting to be a professional taser ball player, but it is me wanting to be a professional taser ball watcher.
You just want to watch people get tased.
Okay, so take the paintball approach where paintball is more fun than laser tag because it hurts a little bit. Hide and seek and tag would be a little bit more fun if there's tasers because it hurts a little bit, right? I feel like it's that.
I feel like taser is too far. That's beyond paintball gun. Well, I guess it depends on what level taser
I haven't been hardcore tased before.
I haven't either, but it doesn't seem. I would love.
You can look up. Okay,
there's a lot of videos to
Yes,
this.
for
There are a
military
lot of
police
YouTube
to get a
videos. No.
taser, you
There's a
must
lot of
be
YouTube
tased.
videos of this sport
taser
being
ball.
played. So I am
Oh, that's
obviously
awesome.
gonna link this into the show notes. So if you want to watch Taser Ball, click on the link.
I feel like you'd go down like a sack of potatoes when they tase you, right?
That's what I want to see.
like
I want to see
sprint. You get tased.
Yeah.
see people just go straight rigid as a board and just follow.
Have you guys seen because when a police
Yes.
officer gets something like a weapon, it has to be like used on not a gun obviously, but like
Yes.
pepper spray.
But they always have like
tasers.
two partners holding them so that when they fall down, they don't fall on their face.
but
Can you
you
imagine
lock up.
running down a field and locking up?
Yeah, but those tasers they use for the military police are like top level.
Yeah, no.
tasers.
I'm
Those
sure
things
these are kind of turned down a little bit.
I
just
would hope so.
Oh man, I'm so we're gonna watch this before you guys leave
Yeah.
tonight. We gotta watch it.
We can watch one. That is ridiculous. And just like you, I would watch it. I would not play it.
I mean, if I got real excited about it and found like a local taser ball league,
Local taser ball.
I might.
Let's have a couple beers and tase each other.
I mean, like they have like the beer league kickball leagues. You could have beer league taser ball.
I think I'd rather play taser ball than I would football.
I mean, it's probably safer to play
Professional
taser ball than it
football.
would be to play football.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bashing on taser ball, but how many CTEs are there in taser ball compared to football?
Not as many as heart attacks.
Yeah, but I'm sure I love how they outlawed this, but they haven't outlawed football yet.
So, they outlawed it?
Well, they didn't outlaw it, but it's no longer a thing because it's
I'm
not a
guessing
thing.
because it's a weird sport.
Yeah, it is.
That's a ESPN 8 the Ocho sport. That's not like an actual sport.
Yeah.
It sounds great though.
So, the other day I had hot chicken for lunch.
I'm sorry,
It was a pretty heavy lunch.
Don't be sorry.
and I'm jealous at the
Hot
same
chicken
time.
is amazing.
It was a pretty heavy lunch, and so I wanted a lighter dinner. And I drove by a place that had acai bowls. For those of you that don't, for those of you that don't know, the word ACAI that looks like it's pronounced Acai is technically pronounced acai. So I'm not just being...
The hipsters made it pronounced that way just so that they could make fun of you.
Because that's a pretentious color.
It is a pretentious color if that's a color, but that's how it's technically pronounced. And I feel like if I say it wrong willingly, then I'm just Americanizing it. So acai bowls. I saw a place that had those.
I think America made those.
Yeah.
I think that's our way of trying to make it seem ethnic.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that's accurate either, but
it's probably not.
I think that might be a fruit.
I saw a place that had acai bowls on my way home, so I was like, you know what, that's what I want for dinner. So I found a place that had acai bowls. And are you guys familiar with these at all?
I've had a few of them. They're good. I'm not going to say I don't like them.
It's like if you blend up a bunch of fruit,
it's like a yogurt thing with a bunch of fruit.
It's like so it's not like it's not like a smoothie exactly, because it's like if you blend up like frozen blueberries, strawberries, and other berries, and you get like this really thick frozen paste.
Zach, it's hipster parfait.
It is hipster parfait.
I like parfaits.
It's 100% a hipster
good,
parfait.
But it's hipster parfait, my friend.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I like parfaits.
And then they put granola on top.
McDonald's parfaits are great.
Okay, so I went to look at the menu.
They just need to rename it acai bowls, and now they're hipster.
They don't have acai in it.
They can.
They could, yeah. So the menu I was looking at, and this is what made me laugh, was it's like, do you want the regular acai bowl, the dragon fruit acai bowl, or the banana blast acai bowl? I was like, all right, I'll do the dragon fruit because dragons are dope. So I got the dragon fruit acai bowl. It's like, what toppings do you want? Do you want matcha granola?
Oh, yeah. This is real hipster.
Do you want some weird mushroom I've never heard of granola?
Ugh. Mushroom granola?
Let me back up. I'm assuming it was a mushroom, but it's a word I've never heard of.
You assumed mushroom for a granola?
Hey, he's the hipster. Let him assume the right thing.
And it had
he's probably
these,
right.
6 or 7 other toppings. And I was like, all right, I'll take the matcha granola. And it's like, what do you want as your drizzle?
Good God.
Do you want bee pollen powder?
Honestly, all these things sound ridiculous,
drizzle,
but I'd still like it. It sounds like it's going to taste
good.
good.
It's like agave drizzle, peanut butter syrup, or chocolate syrup.
It makes me angry, but also I want to eat it.
Right, exactly. And so I got the matcha granola.
Was any of it called artisanal?
Drizzle. It was amazing. It was so good.
How much was it? $14?
It was $10. Yes.
Yeah, so that's a little steep,
it was
but
it
it'd be
was
good.
It was a $14 parfait.
It was a decent sized portion. I'm sure it was like high quality foods that were included because it tasted amazing. It didn't taste like just random frozen berries. It was really good. A little pricey, but really good. But I'd never had an acai bowl before. I'd heard people talk about them. I really like it. I think it's a really good, I ate a real nasty fried food lunch. Let me eat something with kind of fruit later for dinner.
They're awesome breakfasts. When me and my wife go to downtown Tampa where all the hipsters live, to bike, we always start near Armature Works, which is this giant, what do you call it? I call it the hipster food court because
that's kind of what
lots of different foods.
That probably paints a picture.
And yeah, so one of the places is they have acai bowls, and that's one of the only places that's open for breakfast. So we'll get there, we'll go get an acai bowl, and
what's
then
the place called?
Swami? I don't know. It's a
Swami.
Swami.
All right,
Swami juice, I think is what it's called. It's very good, and they're $14 acai bowls.
So shut your mouth and quit making fun of.
No, I've had
bowls.
it. It's great, but it is a hipster parfait.
It is a hipster parfait.
That's what
You're not wrong. Yeah, but they're amazing.
They are good. I will give you that.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. So
but you can also go to Publix and get some fruits and a Greek yogurt and some granola.
Yeah,
and you can probably make a parfait for like $2.
You should do that. It tastes good.
I'm pretty sure the one I got was vegan, unintentionally, but I think it was vegan.
So that automatically adds that extra $8.
Which automatically means no yogurt.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. What is vegan yogurt? You can't.
No, there wasn't yogurt in the one I had.
Oh, okay. So it's probably like almond milk or something.
No, there was no dairy.
No dairy.
No dairy substitute. Anything.
Gotcha.
It was just berries and granola and deliciousness.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good still. So another thing I discovered this week is a plan for mobile phone hotspots in Central Australia. And for those of you who don't know, the entire center of Australia is called the Outback, and it is rough. It's a huge stretch of land. The vast majority of the population in Australia is just all around the outside. And so what they've come up with, and this is something that's from a Aboriginal organization actually in Alice Springs. They have deployed 30 mobile phone hotspots that are mechanical. So what they use is what looks like refurbed satellites. And there's a little position, and you stick your phone in it, and it points your cell signal to the nearest cell tower. And that is literally it. It has no other, it's not like powered. It's not actually like what we would think of as a traditional hotspot or anything like that. They ended up, they got 22 of the hotspots for $360,000, which you might think, okay, that's kind of expensive. A cell phone tower is $800,000. So not so much.
Yeah.
And really what you do is you just stick it in that thing and it will point it towards the tower. And sometimes they're saying that there's gaps sometimes as far as 200 kilometers. So they're going to try and drop these in random places. So if you ever get stuck out in the desert, you can get cell signal. And
it's pretty amazing.
I love that blending of making technology like closing a gap somewhere by using something that's like much more primitive.
Yeah, no, it's a super cool solution to a high-tech problem. And it sounds like they found a cost savings way to approach it, which is fascinating. But the whole time you were talking, I can't stop thinking about Outback Steakhouse. You said the Outback first, and then you said Alice Springs, and they have Alice Springs chicken. So it's like you're
Pretty
naming
good.
like
That's
you're
pretty
basically
good
running
chicken.
through the Outback Steakhouse menu, and the whole time I'm thinking,
Yeah, they actually call the radars blooming onions.
That makes sense.
So the whole time I'm thinking, 1, this is fascinating. 2, I'm hungry. 3, I feel like we culturally appropriated Australia. But
Speaking
they're
of
white,
which,
so it's okay.
I listened to a whole podcast where they interviewed the Outback Steakhouse owners. Did you know that they have never once been to Australia?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can
feel
tell by
like
going to Outback Steakhouse.
I
It's
feel
literally
like
just American food. That
I
has
feel
like a
like
name.
it's super racist. They just put like didgeridoos and kangaroos everywhere and be like, here we go, Australia.
They. I
Kind of.
watched a YouTube video of people from Australia eating Outback, being like, "Is this anything that's indicative of Australia?" And they're like, "So wait,
Oh, here we go.
this is a deep fried freaking onion. How is this freaking Australia?"
It's
I don't
not a-
know. Okay, first of all, this does make me want to look
Crikey.
at.
that-
I was waiting for it.
I was gonna say it's not a bad Australian accent until
No,
he
it's
said
pretty good.
crikey. Yeah,
I mean, it was okay.
it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad.
It was something, but it does make me want to understand what like traditional Australian cuisine is. That is a question that I hadn't thought about. I did know that Outback is not. I mean, it's like, oh, here's steak and chicken tenders. We call it Aussie tenders, so they're clearly Australian. I never like fell for, oh, this is clearly Australian
Yeah.
food.
I thought
do
they had
know-
a little bit of Australianness to them. I didn't know that they had never been to Australia
they've
at
got
all.
nothing.
They had
So-
seen some pictures of kangaroos.
They're like, hey,
I watched-
those things look weird. Let's make a restaurant.
I watched the Michael Pollan cooking documentary on Netflix, and one of the ones he went to Australia and went and cooked with the
Aboriginal,
Aborigines.
yeah.
And they eat lizards, like giant lizards. They smack them with clubs and kill them, and then they
That is
bury
hardcore.
them. Then they bury them in coals in the ground.
I'll say like roast them.
Yeah, and they pull them out and like eat the lizard meat. So
I'd try it.
lizard meat. If Outback Steakhouse sold me
See,
lizard
okay.
meat, I would get it.
No, but then I would believe that Outback Steakhouse
Yeah.
was Australian because then it's not like, oh, here's a chicken breast with a baked potato. It's Australian, mate. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I was never like, okay, this is clearly all very Australian.
Foster's, it's Australian for beer.
Yeah. But if they serve something like lizard, I'd be like, okay. So
I think-
we're getting into some different kinds of foods here.
I think Foster's is probably the most Australian thing they sell there.
I don't think it's actually from Australia either.
What?
Is it not?
No, I don't think it is.
Wow, they lie so
Oh.
much.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm
If Foster's
pretty
isn't
sure I heard that
Australian,
it's
they
not from
literally have
Australia
nothing.
either.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Australia. All of our
We still love you. Like I want to go to Australia. That's one of the
I
places I
feel
want
like
to go.
I feel
It
like
looks
they're our
awesome.
cousins.
Yeah, I feel like they're like our cool cousins, where Britain is like our pretentious
Yeah.
stepbrother who's like,
I
I'm
still
better
like you,
than
Britain.
you.
Josh
I feel
doesn't like
Australia.
you, but I'm still friends with you, my friend.
No, again, I don't hate the Brits, but I feel like Australia is like our cool cousin who does like some crazy shit with some fireworks.
I want to visit all of our cousins. I want to go to Europe and I want to go
I'm
to
Mexican.
Australia.
I have like 48 cousins, and I love all of them. They're
Yeah,
always fun to
there you
hang
go.
out with.
That's the thing. More cousins, the better.
So today I learned that the first 3D feature was The Power of Love. a silent film released in 1922. Let me say that again. 1922. And it used red and green glasses to create the 3D effect and gave the... This is what blows my mind, because this doesn't even happen now, and I think that's actually genius and also really dumb. But it gave the audience the option to watch either a happy or a tragic ending in 2D. So, by closing one of your eyes, so you were either watching through the green or the red, you were able to watch a happy or a tragic ending. And this was in 1922,
Yeah, that's
guys.
way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Netflix is doing that right now.
Yeah. That's super interesting. And it's crazy they were so far before their time. Like, that's like 1990s. That was like the first time that gimmick like caught mainstream. That's crazy. 1922.
1922.
When technology didn't even really exist.
Yeah, it was essentially mechanical 3D.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was
a color lens.
straight garbage, like if we were to look back now, like quality-wise.
Yeah,
Sure.
but
the amount of like ingenuity that had to go into that. I mean, the fact that we've even known it. I didn't even know we knew about 3D technology that far back.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's really insane.
That's awesome.
I thought it's a quick today I learned, but hey, I learned something and it made me smarter.
Yeah.
And also, it was very intriguing.
yeah, and the writing that had to go into the movie to say like, all right, the last like 5 minutes, close one eye or the other, and it's a completely different ending.
So have you ever
and
seen
they both
it-
work?
Like I've gone on Instagram a few times and I follow a lot of like art stuff on Instagram. So like you'll see like murals and stuff like that. And there's a lot of new ones that are a guy or, you know, an artist will paint something in green and then also in blue or whatever. And so you can see the same art is multiple different things depending on whatever glasses you're wearing. And it's really cool. It's really neat to see how it can change. And that's crazy that we've had that since like 1922.
Yeah, that's an awesome one. So for my final discovery of the week, it is the band of the week. And this band has such a good about profile on Spotify that I'm just going to read that. This band is called Bummers. Creeping up from the fog, slithering out from the cracks beneath your feet come Bummers. A sun-kissed, sweat-drenched rock and roll four-piece based out of Columbus, Ohio that deliver a wide array of tasty jams that even your mother would love. Fuzzed out, reverb-drenched, and creamy like a bowl of clam chowder, Bummers will take you back to the glory days of 1960s with a sweet slice of today's garage rock sludge. Bummers, your girlfriend loves them. And
I love me some creamy clam chowder.
And the song is Mucho Fantastico.
Mucho.
I mean, I'm all
fantastico.
in on this band already. I'm going to have to download one of their albums.
Yeah, it's their newest album's really good. Came out in April.
I'm a fan just because of their description.
Yeah.
Love it.
As always, if you have any discoveries this week that you'd like us to hear about, send us a tweet, join the Facebook group, let us know on there. Just reach out any way you can. We'd love to hear them. And thanks for listening.
Bye, guys. Josh says bye.
There we go.
podcast from the Podfix Network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.